Hello Vavers, you're watching YouTube channel Daily USA News Alert. Breaking, Pelosi rejects classified briefings on Mueller probe. On Saturday, as the possibility of William Barr's briefing of Congress regarding the results of the Mueller investigation loomed, Democrats held a panicked conference call in which House Speaker Nancy Pelosi demanded the findings be made public. While Barr did not brief Congress on Saturday, Pelosi and approximately 120 other Democrats discussed their fears that U.S. Attorney General Barr will release the findings in a classified report. "Transparency is the order of the day," said Pelosi, adding, "The American people deserve the truth." The long-awaited Mueller report, which marked the end of the three-year investigation carrying a nearly $30 million price tag, has been heralded by experts as largely anticlimactic for Democrats and others whose hopes of impeaching Trump hinged on its results. Now, although the probe appears unlikely to yield impeachment or prosecution for President Trump, both Democrats and the media appear increasingly desperate to spin the report's outcome to their political advantage. From the Hill, Speaker Nancy Pelosi, D. California, said Saturday she will demand open briefings from the administration on the findings of Special Counsel Robert Mueller's report, rejecting any attempt by the Department of Justice, DOJ, to limit the disclosures to a classified setting. During the Saturday afternoon conference call with roughly 120 members of the Democratic caucus, Pelosi amplified earlier vows that Democrats will insist Mueller's full report be released to the public. Mueller filed a confidential version of the document to Attorney General William Barr on Friday. Democrats are also pushing to make public any underlying documents that could guide the Democrats' ongoing investigations and potential legislative response. And Pelosi said she'll also demand that the DOJ's promised briefings be unclassified so lawmakers can speak publicly about the full scope of those discussions. The takeaway from this call is that the American people deserve the truth, she said, according to a person on the call. Transparency is the order of the day. The demand sets the stage for what are likely to be tense negotiations with the administration officials over how much of Mueller's highly anticipated report about the Russia probe will be disclosed, and to whom. Classified briefings are a regular occurrence on Capitol Hill when executive branch officials convey sensitive information to Congress. In such cases, a select group of lawmakers representing both parties and chambers, a group known as the Gang of Eight, typically acts as a conduit between the branches. Pelosi, as Speaker, is a member of that group. Nonetheless, she said she would reject briefings limited to the Gang of Eight, or any other classified arrangements, according to the person on the call. The Democrats' strategy call came a day after Mueller submitted his long-awaited report to the Justice Department, but before any of the details have been revealed, even to Congress. The call appears designed to assure rank-and-file members that party leaders will accept nothing short of full disclosure of Mueller's findings. Right now, we are in the mode wanting to know the truth, wanting the facts so that our chairpersons and members of the committees can take a look into this going forward, Pelosi said, according to the person on the call. In a letter sent Friday to the bipartisan leaders of the House and Senate Judiciary Committees, Barr vowed as much transparency as possible under the regulations governing the special counsel's charge, vowing to brief the committee heads on Mueller's principal conclusions as early as this weekend. A source familiar with the matter later told The Hill that the DOJ had informed lawmakers that Barr would not provide them a briefing on Saturday about details from the probe into Russia's efforts to interfere in the 2016 presidential election. Barr has left open the option of keeping certain details under wraps, citing possible claims of executive privilege. In a Dear Colleague letter sent to Democrats just before Saturday's call, Pelosi warned that Barr's offer to provide the committees with a summary of the report's conclusions is insufficient. Congress requires the full report and the underlying documents so that the committees can proceed with their independent work, including oversight and legislating to address any issues the Mueller report may raise, she wrote. Democrats on the 35-minute call also heard from 6 committee heads, all of whom have some oversight role related to the Mueller investigation. They include Reps. Gerald Nadler, D.N.Y., of the Judiciary Committee, Elijah Cummings, DMD, of Oversight and Reform, Adam Schiff, D. California, of the Intelligence Panel, Elliot Engel, D.N.Y., of Foreign Affairs, Maxine Waters, D. California, of the Finance Committee, and Richard Neal, D. Mass., the chairman of Ways and Means. Representative Hakeem Jeffries, D.N.Y., the chairman of the House Democratic Caucus, who also spoke on the call, made another case for full public disclosure. America's taxpayers, he noted, funded Mueller's investigation and therefore deserve to see the findings in their entirety.